It's time to breathe again on the Breath of Fresh Air webcast. So, you see us. Patrick is with me for the night, as usual, man. Good to see you again, Patrick.
Yep.
And we, as usual, have a lot to cover. So, man, let's just jump right into the NFL Divisional Round. All four of those games. Crazy. All four of them.
All
All four of them went down.
if they didn't end in a kickoff, they ended in overtime.
Yeah, all four of them came down to like literally the last play,
Yep.
and now you have your final four. I guess the NFL's version of the final four, the championship games. The AFC Championship will feature the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs, and the NFC Championship game will feature the San Francisco 49ers and the LA Rams, old school rivalries from the NFC West. So the game, the AFC Championship game, will be in Kansas City, and apparently not, Dominic. Apparently not. Bang bang Niner gang. That's what you need to say. Anyway.
Dude, when I text you, I said, "Man, I should have went with my gut." I was sitting here going through it all last episode, man.
Hey, me too. Like, because I'm sitting there and then like I'm over here. I'm trying to be logical about it. I'm trying to think with my head here. My heart, you know where my heart is, but the Jimmy G experience is what kind of caught me from going in that direction. But man, the 49ers pulled that out without even scoring an offensive touchdown. It's crazy.
I know.
But I mean, all the games just crazy. You had 3 walk-off field goals, and all 3 of the teams that won with walk-off field goals were on the road. And so, and then the Bills and Chiefs, that's crazy.
That last 2 minutes, man, was some of the best football you can watch, dude. Whew, man, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Hey, that's a strong prediction right there, Dominic.
It really is. Okay, so we gotta do. You know what?
Yes, with your mom.
And again, man, like why is your profile picture blacked out?
Yeah. He's a fucking bitch, man.
The definition of keyboard warriors, huh?
Yeah.
E-thugs. But anyway, got no time for them. Anyway, Patrick.
I got one more thing to say. You want to get on here? Show your face. Stop being a little punk.
Or you know what? At least leave some educated comments. How about that?
Stupid shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's your mom?
I guess this is going to be how the show's going to go.
Oh, it's going to. Dude, I ain't
put Dominic's got our back. That's what's up.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Dominic. Oh, this other
the nameless, faceless people, or I guess his name is Brian. Whatever. CFU. Yo, look at Dominic. He's like,
anyway, let's go with the show. This dude's a loser.
Look at Dominic, man. That was funny. He said you can't talk to my Patrick that way. That's what's up. Well, hey, man. So it was a crazy weekend, man. Just I don't know where to really start. I guess I would just ask, man, what caught your eye about it? Dude. And look, Patrick, man, I got all 4 of the games wrong. So you know.
Hey. I got 2 of them right.
But we both said we wouldn't be surprised.
Either
the other way.
That San Francisco game, man, I was like, dude, because I kept going. I was like, I should have picked San Francisco. I knew I should have picked them. I just did not trust Green Bay in the playoffs, man. And I was like, no, this has got to be Aaron Rodgers' year. He's got to. He has no excuses. He's got to make this happen. And he just couldn't. So
yo, Patrick, we gonna touch that Aaron Rodgers no excuses thing in a minute. Oh, we gonna get into that.
But I saw this, man. Great games, all 4 of them. Great games, all played to the last play. And I mean that Cincinnati game, having that walk-off kickoff, dude. I was like, or that walk-off field goal. I was like, whew, if that's the start of this whole weekend, I was like, this is gonna be a fantastic weekend. And when I saw the Green Bay 10-0, I was like, okay, all right. If San Francisco is going to win it, and then sure enough, they got that freaking blocked punt, and I was like, nah, Green Bay's going to be crying right here in about 45 minutes, man. They're going to be crying. So it just great football play. I mean, even that Tampa Bay game when they were down 23-3 or 26-3 or whatever it was, I was like, is he still talking?
Yeah, like a Twitch war has broken out. So
yeah, it took him like 45 minutes to come up with a comeback. God, I mean, dude, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm trying to ignore it.
No, man, I hear you, man.
But
you don't need to address the comments, man. I just think it's really.
But I'll address them. I'd love for Brian to show up to my doorstep, 162 Forest Park Drive, bitch. There you go,
Patrick. Language.
Sorry. But
there you go.
But anyway, I'm sorry. He's a little punk. So. But when Tampa Bay was down and Tom Brady led them back again, I was like, that is typical Tom Brady crap right there, dude. So, and then Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, man, they just lighten it up back there, man, as quarterbacks, dude. It was a great weekend. I liked it.
So, man, I'll go through all the games real quick, man. The Bengals and Titans, look, the thing that stuck out to me was Joe Burrow's toughness. 9 times he got sacked. 9 times. And he still put up I think around 325, 330 yards throwing. And the Cincinnati defense stepped up. They picked Ryan Tannehill off 3 times. And when he got that last one, of course, I mean, Burrow just stepped up, hit Jamar Chase on the out and set him up for field goal range. Evan McPherson, who hit 4 field goals for the day, put him in there, man. Like Joe Burrow, that dude's clutch, man. I love Joe Burrow. Yeah. Going back to LSU, that dude, he got that team believing, and like it's something about him, man. He got people gravitating toward him and believing that, hey, they belong here. So tough win down there in Nashville. That's a very good defense down there, and they got a tough running game. Hey, what's going on, William? And
we got a Twitch war on here. A little punk getting on here calling me gay, dude.
Oh man. So hey, Patrick left something. So he got
in there. It's only because he's not secure with his own his own heterosexuality. That's all it is. He's comfortable with it, so you gotta make fun of other people.
Patrick, you said we're trying to ignore this, so let's move on.
All right. But when you got little e-thugs on here trying to.
Don't worry about the
trying to shoot their little pea guns.
It's just, Patrick, hey man, if e-thugs are on here, then that means they're paying attention to us. So don't even worry about it. We'll go on there. Dominic's hitting them up too. It's kind of funny. But the 49ers Green Bay game, you already pointed that out, man. I mean, the 49ers, that defensive performance, they sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times. They didn't give up any big plays, and they just hung in there till the special teams. I mean, they had a big blocked field goal at the end of the end of the first half, excuse me, before to keep it at 1 score at 7-0. And then, of course, the block punt, ran it back. They got a 3 and out. And then Jimmy Garoppolo, the part of the Jimmy G experience, he made the throws when he had to have them. Hit George Kittle in the middle, hit Deebo Samuel, and then Deebo Samuel had a big run to set it up. And bam, they went up to snowy Lambeau and got that win, 13-10. The Rams and Bucks, I knew that matchup was going to be tough for Tampa Bay because with Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, and those dudes coming through in the pass rush is going to be really tough for Tom Brady and the offense to deal with. Now, granted, the Rams almost threw up on themselves, like projectile vomited on themselves completely and gave
Mm-hmm.
that game away. We almost had another historic comeback, like you said, from Tom Brady. But give Matthew Stafford credit for standing there in front of an all-out blitz and making that throw to Cooper Kupp, setting them up for that game.
45 seconds left.
Yeah, man. Yeah. After the play to get everybody together, down the ball, keep everybody composed. Big, big, big moment there for Matthew Stafford and in his career. Now we'll see if they can carry it on to perhaps a Super Bowl victory. But hey, Stafford's the truth. You and I, we always felt he was the truth, and it's actually good to see. It's actually good to see Matthew Stafford doing well. And then the Bills and the Chiefs. All I can say is this: if you're up by 3 with 13 seconds left, you got you got to find a way to get a stop.
Yeah.
Just that cannot happen. And with the best players too, out of all people for the Chiefs, you cannot let Travis Kelsey run untouched down the middle of the field. You cannot let Tyreek Hill run down the middle of the field on you. You can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. That if you're Sean McDermott, and I heard him talk, I think it was either today or yesterday, where he said that this loss is going to stick in his gut for years, and it needs to.
Yeah.
It does, because they let an opportunity get away there. And we'll bring this up with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, but the simple fact is, man, you're Buffalo. You would think with Josh Allen there, you got a good team around them. You would think things are going to be okay and they could get back to that point. But Patrick, we know, man, there's no guarantee for that. And that's why what Tom Brady and the teams he's been on, and now with and now with Patrick Mahomes and them going to 4 straight AFC Championship games, that's why it's so remarkable to see what they're doing right now, because they're always in the fight. So when you have a loss like this, man, and we'll see, it could go one or two ways for Buffalo. It could be one of those things that just kind of hurts them for a little while, or they can just use it as fuel, because they're right there, man. They're right there.
Yeah.
And so, man, well, then, all right, man. Well, then, I guess if you don't have anything else to add, as we continue to watch this Twitch war go back and forth, you got. Let's move on to the preview of the championship games. Let's start with Cincinnati and Kansas City. So I think Cincinnati is a 7.5 point favorite, or
7.
excuse me, no, but take that back. They're a 7.5 point underdog. Kansas City is the 7.5 point favorite. Last time I saw the line.
Yeah. 7.5. It's still there.
Okay, so of course the game is in Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. We know how tough Kansas City is at home. Patrick, we both admitted that we are high on Joe Burrow and that Cincinnati team. So, how much of a puncher's chance are you giving them to go down there and win in Kansas City?
I don't think Kansas City is going to make the cover. I'll tell you that. I think with as clutch as Joe Burrow has been in the past, let's say 5-6 weeks, and then what he's done in the playoffs so far, I do think it catches up with him this week, and I do have Kansas City winning, and I have them winning 33-30.
33-30. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, man. This has been a great story, a great ride for Cincinnati. I know you and I agreed they were probably a year early. We were expecting them to be more competitive, but so we were calling Cincinnati. We figured they would be more competitive in the AFC North, but not seeing them make an appearance in the AFC Championship game. With that said, they are going to not. They're not gonna fear Kansas City, especially understanding they had beaten Kansas City about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so
And or not 2 weeks ago, my bad. About 4 weeks ago. And I mean, Joe Burrow put up 400, like over 400 yards in that game. So crowd noise is going to be a factor, of course, being there in Arrowhead, and we know the problems Cincinnati's offensive line has. Like, so, I mean, what you have with that offensive line is we already know it's pretty leaky. Stay focused, Patrick. It's very, very leaky. And what you got to do, like you have the personnel that you have. So what you have to do, you have to kind of be schematic with it. Put a running back out there, chip on the ends, double team Chris Jones, because that's the big game wrecker the Chiefs have on their defensive line. Chip Frank Clark, chip Melvin Ingram. Just go ahead, do anything you can just to give Joe Burrow just a little bit more time. He cannot get sacked 9 times. That cannot happen. But if he gets a little bit of time, he can slice and dice this Kansas City defense. We saw what Josh Allen did. I mean, Gabriel Davis went into he basically went into Jerry Rice territory with his 4 touchdown catches. And then you got, Cincinnati, of course, has Shamar Chase. They got Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. The good tight end, can't think of his name right now. I want to say it's like Usamu or something like that. But it's solid tight end, and of course you got Joe Mixon running the ball. With all that said, going there to Kansas City, you know what Patrick Mahomes can do. Let's see what answer Cincinnati has for Tyreek Hill. I think they'll make enough plays. I got a 27-20 score in favor of Kansas City. But hey, the way this season is gone, if Cincinnati ends up in the Super Bowl, wouldn't surprise me at all. Would not surprise me at all.
Not at this point. I mean, even though we agreed that they are a year early, the way they've been playing, man, and like you said, they beat Kansas City just 4 weeks ago. So,
and Patrick, in this year, why not? I mean, everything is crazy as it has been already. Yeah. So why not?
How many people would have saw the Rams making it as far as they did?
I mean, so I think a lot of people actually had the Rams. Oh, here's another keyboard warrior. So here's the thing. So Kansas City, not Kansas City, the Rams, only because the Rams went all in. Like, I mean, the Rams went in there. They traded everybody for Matthew Stafford. I mean, 2 first-rounders in the 3rd. They went all in. They traded, I think, a second or something, like either a second. Yeah, I think it was a 2nd-round pick to get Von Miller. You know what they gave up for Jalen Ramsey. And, I mean, like I said, the Rams don't have any first-round picks for the next 20 years. So they got a short window here to try to get a Super Bowl. And, I mean, I think there was a fair amount of people saying the Rams could make this run just because of the star power that they have with the name power and stuff. But it wasn't looking good for them for a little bit. And they were looking really finesse. And I can tell you, man, I mean, I guess just moving on to the 49ers and the Rams, hey, the 49ers are going to believe they can bully the Rams anyway, because that's what they've been doing. So of course, we both got Kansas City winning here. So let's see who we got them playing. So Patrick, what you got for this 49ers Rams game?
Well, I mean, I've been pretty high on the Rams, but man, this one's hard because San Francisco has bullied them for the past 7 games, something like that.
6 games, yeah.
And I mean that means they're beating them at home and they're beating them away. So honestly, to San Francisco, it doesn't matter where they're playing; they're still winning. You know. So I look at it and I'm going to go with the Rams because they are playing at home. And I know that in this particular playoff series that home in a way hasn't really mattered.
And the 49ers fans
and the
travel
49ers.
very well. They turned that into Levi Stadium last time they were
Yeah.
so far.
So with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna go 28-25 because I think San Francisco is a 4.5 point favorite in this one.
They might be now. They were 3.5 when I saw the line.
So I mean, honestly, I'm picking the Rams because I think they're due. I mean, you know what I mean? There's a certain feeling that says you should go with San Francisco, but I got that same certain feeling. Like if I went with San Francisco, I'd probably have to have that same feeling and go with the Rams. So I'm gonna go with the Rams 28-25. But it would not surprise me that San Francisco wins that game.
I'm riding with the Niners on this one. I just think the physicality, the 49ers are going to come through. And Dominic is Dominic. You did before I go on with
just ignore him. We're not gonna censor him. Let him do his thing.
Yeah, and here's another thing. We don't ban people. Like we're not really the people who ban people. Like we're interested in whatever comment comes through, and we just roll with the comments. That's just how we roll on this show. So Dominic, I'm sorry. You probably won't be banned. I'm sorry that you're losing brain cells. I mean, Patrick and I are kind of losing brain cells too, just kind of seeing what this dude is saying, the nameless, faceless guy. But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep the show going, and hopefully, by listening to us, Dominique, you can get those brain cells back. So,
ignore him. When you ignore ignorance, it tends to go away.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think with the Niners, man, they're coming with the physicality, and and so when you're coming with the physicality and stuff, we always talk about the physical battles, who can win the physical battles in the trenches, and this has been the 49ers for the last few years against the Rams. Now the Rams, with Cam Akers coming back, I know he had some fumble problems. They're trying to run the ball more, trying to establish more of a physical presence to them. So it'd be interesting to see if they can match that physicality that the 49ers are coming from, or that the 49ers will come with in this game. I think the defensive line for the Niners, they've been great in the playoffs. They sacked Dak Prescott 5 times in Dallas. They sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times in Green Bay. And I can definitely see them getting more pressure on Matthew Stafford. You got Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, DJ Jones, all those dudes. Ekbukom also coming there around that end. I see them being able to mess things up for Matthew Stafford. I think the Rams might be missing their left tackle. And then our left tackle, honestly, Patrick, is a little banged up too. Trent Williams is a little banged up. So we got to see if he's going to be good enough to go as well. I see this being a tight game too, close. I think there will be, there'll be a little bit more scoring than what we saw in the 49ers Packers game, I think. But I think I'll go 24-21. 24-21. 49ers will win this game. I do think the physicality and the running game will make all the difference. And I think on defense, they'll be able to make enough plays on there to kind of contain Matthew Stafford and that offense. Find an answer for Cooper Kupp. That's all I got to say. Make sure you take Cooper Kupp away somehow. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, I look forward to a good game. But yeah, I got Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl, and you got a Chiefs Rams Super Bowl. I mean, hell, if the Rams make it, they'll be the second team in a row who gets to host the Super Bowl in their own stadium.
Yeah.
So
to look forward to.
So all right, man. So there's our picks on record. Y'all say whatever y'all want, and then when it's going through the rest of the social medias, don't be afraid to give y'all picks either. There. Let's get to these quarterbacks, Patrick, because of course a lot of noise has been made about uh the paths that these two legendary quarterbacks are going to take, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. So we'll start with Tom Brady first. This was a story. This is a story that I guess started to pick up steam. Let it go, Patrick. This is a story that picked up steam. I guess a little bit before the game between the Rams and Bucks started to play, and everybody's talking about, oh, it's Tom Brady. And William is to be found us on Twitch. Will found us on Twitch. I told you he was on Twitch, Will. I told you.
Hey, Parker, how do you like those comments?
Yeah, just right. So, but
Dominic's taking care of him though, so it's no problem.
Yeah, Dominic got our back. So Tom Brady, we have heard the rumors about Tom Brady, whether or not he's retired, probably going back at least 8 or 9 years. Now, I had heard somebody say this is a Brett Favre like situation. No, not even close to a Brett Favre situation. Brett Favre retired and unretired at least 9 times. So, like, hey, how many times, Patrick, did we turn on ESPN and they had Rachel Nichols on Favre Watch?
Dude, I think they had that out there for like 6 months.
Right.
He was back and forth. I'm going to retire, and then they're like, "Okay, we're going to give it to Aaron Rodgers." No, you're not, because I'm coming back.
Right.
Okay, well then we're going to let you. Go ahead.
No,
I'm retired.
Go to the Jets. Go to the Jets. And so, look, the Twitch war continues. So look, man.
Hey, it looks like he's kind of obsessed with you, bro.
Well, whatever. I mean, look, man, I can't help these dashing good looks. I'm just playing. You know, I'm not want to talk about my looks, bro. Man. You know I ain't want to talk about my looks, man. I'm just
and I'm the gay one. He's telling you you're cute, and I'm
Stop. Let's go, dude. You're right, but let's keep it moving. So look, my personal opinion, man, Tom Brady's going nowhere. This dude is still at the top of his game. I mean, he's like over 5,000 yards, and I think he had something 44 touchdown passes. Please fact check me on that. But I think he had 44 touchdown passes, over 500 or 5,000 yards throwing, and he's 44 years old. Personally, I can see him coming in with for next year, and I know he had said he would like to play till he got to the 45-year-old mark. So I mean, next year he'll hit that mark, and we'll see. But yeah, I definitely see Tom Brady coming back for another season. What say you?
I mean, yeah, I think so too. I mean, you know, his stats. So I'm fact checking now. He threw for 5,316 yards, 43 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and a QB rating of 68.1.
43 touchdowns. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and that is not too bad for 44 years old. You know what I mean? So, I think he's coming back.
Yeah,
at least one more season. I think then his contract in like next year anyway. So I mean, he'll probably fulfill his contract, see how far he can get. He might try to get one more Super Bowl and then and roll out.
And you know what, Patrick? If he does retire, okay. I mean, what else does he have to prove? I mean, honestly, this dude done won 7 Super Bowls. He's the greatest winner in definitely in the NFL, one of the greatest in sports, period. And
the only person he couldn't beat in the Super Bowl was Eli Manning, and he already retired, so that's never going to happen. So roll out, bro.
Let me hold on. Let me read this comment from Dominic. I love it. So I love it because so
That's probably the best comment.
it really is. And so look, I'm with you, man. I think Tom Brady is coming back, man. Now, I'd be very surprised if he retired. And again, if he did, great career. Salute to you. You have proved us wrong on many occasions in
God,
terms of in terms of Super Bowl wins. If we thought you could pull this off, if you like, I know we doubted him going to Tampa Bay and thinking he could win a Super Bowl down there, but he did it.
did it in his first year.
First year. So, hey, salute to you if you do retire and whenever that is. Salute to you. Great career. You got a lot of the passing records as it is. So, man, look, salute. That is all I'll say to that.
Yep.
And then
and
I
Brian,
guess
if you like them so much, go watch them.
right.
Forcing you to do here, bro. Roll out, deuces.
So Patrick, let's move on.
Okay.
And so let's talk about Aaron Rodgers now for a little bit, because the one thing that I am really, really tired and sick of is the excuse making for Aaron Rodgers. It seems like every time the Packers come up short, and it has been a lot in these last few years since he won a Super Bowl in 2010. Now, in 2010, it was one of those things where you was thinking about, hey, Aaron Rodgers, he's young. You could probably see him getting back to the Super Bowl. Now, granted, man, even winning one Super Bowl, it's difficult. It is hard to win championships. Simply put, it's hard to win championships. Yeah, I saw that comment too. Look, Brian. I mean, oh my goodness. And Dominic beat me to it. Oh God. So, oh goodness. So look, look, just real quick, just to address this. Look, Brian, if you're there trying to represent your cover, you put the black background on there. Okay, cool. All I know is there are a lot of people who put black backgrounds because they don't want to show their face either. So whatever your reason is, do you. Whatever.
Hey, look, he's probably mad because a bald man is banging his mom.
Yeah, stop it, Patrick. Gotta be professional about this,
bro. You're gonna have to put some disclaimers on this one, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have some mute button. And you know what, Patrick? I'm not trying to put disclaimers. I told you I was trying to stop the disclaimers, but okay, I might have to.
Well,
So that Patrick, let's move on. So with Aaron Rodgers, we got to stop the excuse making. Now, I can understand from some of the previous years. Yes, the defense wasn't up to par. We remember the 49ers just road graded them. For I don't know how, I don't remember how many yards. I know Raheem Mostert had 4 touchdowns and over 200 yards. So yes, you can make an argument the defenses wasn't the best for the Packers. They might not have had the most weapons in years past as well. But but for these last couple of NFC Championship games, there are no. And so you are not.
Ryan, I'm crying for you, bro.
Right. So look, Patrick, stop. Patrick, let it go. Let it go, please. So look, we got there's no excuses for this man. Last year, you had 3 Tom Brady interceptions. 3 in the second half. You did nothing with them. And everybody wanted to come on down on Matt LaFleur when he decided that he was going to just kick that field goal. Look, Aaron Rodgers had all those opportunities. He didn't do nothing with them. Hey, whatever. Play the field position battle and see
all the opportunities he had this year.
Right. And then this year, again, best record in the NFC. Well, hell, in football. Yeah, the best record in football. And you were undefeated. Packers were undefeated at home this year. And they went one and done again. Aaron Rodgers, again, the 49ers defense had a hell of a lot to do with his struggles. But 10 points, 10 points. That's all you could come up with. Then this is supposed to, he's probably going to win the MVP as well. So this is going to be a 2-time MVP winner. And yet, too many times now, Patrick, he's coming up short. He is coming up small. All this drama was surrounding him. Like with the offseason from last year. Oh, is he gonna play? Is he gonna do this? Now, you and I, we both knew he was gonna come back. He's gonna play in Green Bay. And now all of a sudden, people are starting these rumors again. Oh, well, will he go to Denver? Will he go to Pittsburgh? Will he potentially go to Las Vegas? I'm like, really? Look, number one, where he's at is his best chance to win. No matter what. No matter where he goes. He goes to Denver. I don't care. Yeah, what, you going to go to Denver and you got to see all them good teams over there now? Yeah, all right, whatever. Where he's at is his best chance to win a Super Bowl. If he is that dude, Patrick, that we all think he is, it's time for him to elevate the team. It's time for him to get them over the hump to win the Super Bowl. Simply put, no excuses. The excuses are done for this man. I'm sorry.
No. And it's true. I agree with you. There's no excuses for this man moving forward. I mean, you know, with the offense that he's put up for the past 2 years, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for scoring 10 points. I mean, if anything, San Francisco should have won that game 30-27, if anything. You know what I mean? Not 13-10. But this is the thing. I've moved past agreeing with you on one thing. I don't think that he has just the ability to win in Green Bay. He could move to the NFC East and probably win one there.
A Super Bowl.
Honestly, at this point, probably.
Not in the NFC East, dude. The NFC East is terrible. Like, you might as well look.
So adding him is actually an instant upgrade for any one of those teams.
So, all right. If he goes to the Giants, does he even get them to the playoffs? The Giants are terrible.
Now, with that being said, if the Giants do make a trade like that, or the Cowboys make a trade like that, which the Cowboys won't, they got Dak. Philadelphia Eagles or Washington, yeah, if they're going to go for Aaron Rodgers, then chances are they're probably going to put more to that team and try to do what the Rams did. You know what I mean? So, I mean, granted, I think the best place for him is Green Bay, but I mean, there's probably a couple other teams that he could probably go to. I mean, look at what Tampa Bay did when they got Tom Brady.
To win a Super Bowl. That's the key, Patrick. Yeah, he could go. Look, Aaron Rodgers can come to pretty much any team, honestly, except for a few who got the young guns and instantly make them better. So, like, we're not faulting his talent. You know, like, we know Aaron Rodgers has still like a live arm, lots of talent, and yes, if he goes to any team or most of these teams, instant upgrade. Instant upgrade. Wow.
Dominic, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I actually like the trash talk, and if Charles would let me go like full out, this dude's probably already left.
Yeah. Like, no, man. We gotta have some professionalism here.
I'm trying. I mean, truthfully, Dominic, if Charles would be like, yeah, bro, go.
Yeah, hey,
30 minutes ago.
I'll tell you this: it's getting to that point, but not right now. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. No, not right now. Not quite. But
yeah, and his color ain't gonna matter to me, bro.
Yeah,
so, I don't care. That's the one thing Brian has not figured out about me. I don't care. And when Charles says, "Patrick, go," I'm gonna light his ass
up. So look. He can go to pretty much any team and it's an instant upgrade. Yeah. But the rosters that are in place, none of those teams in the NFC East, none of them have the talent that Green Bay is packing. Now, I will give you this, Patrick. The divisions are pretty close. I mean, if you look at the NFC North, Chicago's not good. Uh, Detroit, we know they're not good. And Minnesota is mired in mediocrity. And then you look at the NFC East. Uh, sorry, Dominic. Dallas is overrated. Sorry, Dominic. Okay, that's my only comment. That's my only comment I'm gonna make about the
Hey,
Cowboys.
Dominic, go get him.
That's the only comment I'm gonna make about the Cowboys. But Washington, they're kind of in flux because of the and yeah, I like Dominic. That's what's up.
I do.
And so you're
cool, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, like I said, when Charlie, he ain't hurt my feelings. All he has to do is say, Patrick, get him.
And so, the Washington football team, they have a lot of mess going on with Daniel Snyder being the owner. It's a toxic environment, unfortunately. The Eagles, will see if they continue to improve, and then the Giants are a hot mess. So, I mean, I think that, so like, I think there are places where he could still win a Super Bowl if he did leave there. The only thing I'm saying is where he's at. He said, "I'm busy right now." Well, cool, Dominic. You stay busy. But if you, I'm just saying right now, like where he's at, the Green Bay situation.
I mean, truthfully, I don't. Past 3 years, he doesn't even have that chance to win the Super Bowl in Green Bay. So, I mean, if we're looking at where he has the best chance to win a Super Bowl, truthfully, neither one of us know that because he can't win in Green Bay. You know, you said that he couldn't win in the NFC East. He obviously can't win in the NFC North, and those are the two worst divisions in all of NFL. So, I don't know where he could. Honestly, I don't know where he could go to win. And so I think if he's just good with playing football, just stay in Green Bay, get that paycheck, retire in a couple of years, if not after next year, and call it a career. He's got what, 2 Super Bowls, so he's good. Is it 1 or 2?
One.
Okay, so he's got 1 Super Bowl. Hey man, you're still probably going to be nominated for the Hall of Fame. Roll out.
First ballot, probably.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Patrick, like you're right. With that point, if Aaron Rodgers is that guy, he's got to elevate no matter where he goes. Like if he's as good as we think he is, and we've always put him in the elite quarterback category, and we know there is not a lot of quarterbacks that are in the elite level, not at all. And so if he is that guy, no matter where he goes, he has to elevate. That's what Tom Brady did. Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay. That team did not, like you said, that team did not make the playoffs the previous year. And he was able to elevate everybody's play and get them to a Super Bowl level. That's what Aaron Rodgers has to do. So whether he stays in Green Bay, which I think he will stay in Green Bay, by the way.
I do too.
And I mean, we've been consistent with that. He's not leaving Green Bay. But if he does go to Denver or Pittsburgh or any of these other places, Cleveland is another one. If he does end up going in these places, he needs to elevate them, because the thing is, Patrick, the prevailing thought is if he goes to Denver or Pittsburgh or Cleveland or perhaps even Las Vegas, those rosters supposedly are ready. Supposedly, like they got to make a few adjustments. Like Pittsburgh, they need to get a better offensive line, for an example. Denver has to get also a better offensive line, and the quarterback situation has to improve. But the rest of those rosters allegedly are supposed to be ready to go. Yeah, I see it. They are ready to go. So if they are, then Aaron Rodgers should be able to come on those teams and elevate them. Too many times, Patrick, particularly in these last couple of years, He has not elevated them. He's been great in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, he ain't doing it. He's not doing it, and those are the excuses that need to stop for this man.
And you're right. It all boils down to him as the player, as the captain on the team, to elevate his play, to elevate the people that are around him to play. So at that point, if he does that, chances are he beats San Francisco this year. But no, there was no elevated play on either side of the ball. Special teams was horrible. Y'all's defense, San Francisco's defense and special teams was just on point on Saturday. So Saturday or Sunday, whenever it was they played. So I think at this point, man, like if he doesn't come with a winner's mentality, he ain't gonna win another Super Bowl. He better get it together, because he'll be going down in history as a Super Bowl or a quarterback won Super Bowl. And it's kind of bad because Eli has twice as many as he does.
I know.
And I need him to win one, because I cannot. I don't know how that happens.
All right, Patrick. Well, hey man, look, we're gonna move this along because there's one I want to trash the MLB Hall of Fame thing. So this next topic we won't spend too much time on, and then there'll be a couple of other things that I'll address at the end of the show as well with this Twitch war. But
we do, because nobody's being racist on here.
But with Frank Vogel and the Lakers, the only thing I will say is this: really, this man is being thrown under the bus because of all the transitions or transactions that happen with the team. Now, we all know the NBA, more than any other league, is more player driven. It's more player empowerment, meaning with the Lakers, of course, the move to get Russell Westbrook and all these other old ass players that they have on the team does not happen unless and so
hey, Dominic, let it go. Charles, either the show's going to end or Charles is going to let me go for the last 5 minutes.
So we know in this case with the Lakers, none of these moves happen unless James approves these moves. Not going to say his first name. Because look, everybody else goes by their last name except for a couple of other ones. You got Giannis. You know, you got a few that go by their first name, but no, man, screw that, James. So, be as it may, Frank Vogel to me is being unfairly thrown under the bus. And if the reports that was coming from Bleacher Report and The Athletic are true, where they said Frank Vogel is basically on a day-to-day basis, Patrick, if I'm Frank Vogel, I go into the office and I say, you know what, you fire me. I will put that on their desk in a minute. Fire me. You're gonna have me deal with this roster. This roster that is garbage. This roster is garbage. They're old, they can't move, and they can't play defense. And you want Frank Vogel to work with that? You want Frank Vogel to work with that? And meanwhile, LeBron, James gets cleared off from any blame because he's putting up these numbers at 37 years old. No, man, no. This roster is together because he okayed it. And so if he's going to okay this roster, then he needs to go ahead and elevate them. Now, granted, you're depending on Anthony Davis to stay healthy. That's a pipe dream. But, you know, I mean, I guess he just came back tonight. But
I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, he was supposed to come back tonight against the Nets. But whatever. Look, this team is old. They're garbage. They're not winning the title. Period. They're not winning the title this year. I do not see them even getting out of the semifinals, if that. Phoenix is better. Golden State is better. Hell, the Mavericks are better right now. The Grizzlies are better. And the Jazz. Like, I mean, yeah. I don't
mean, we could look at the Clippers and the Timberwolves and we'll say that they're even better, and they're right there with them.
Exactly. So that's all I got to say about it. If I'm Frank Vogel, I go into the office and say, you know what, fire me. I throw that right on their desk. Like, really? You're gonna fire me after I just coached the team to a title in the bubble? Give me a break. Give me a break.
He probably needs to leave there anyway.
It's a toxic situation in LA, and we know the direct cause of why. So
because he cancers every team he goes to.
it's pretty much how it goes, man. The teams try to build everything around him because they want to maximize the chances of him winning, and then he leaves the team in shambles.
Yep.
And it's disgusting. It's gross. But let's trash. Oh my god, let's trash the MLB Hall of Fame vote. And here's the thing, Patrick. Like, to me, and we got about 10 minutes, so we'll get these words in, and then I'll address this Twitch feud. But you David Ortiz is the only guy to make the Hall of Fame tonight. Congrats to Big Poppy. He's one of the best, like the most clutch hitters we've seen. I mean, that dude had a whole bunch of
Didn't Clemens go up?
So I'm gonna get to that. Yep. Okay. So Bonds and Clemens, they went up, didn't get it. And this is their last year on the ballot. And so you have David Ortiz. He's the only one of them to make it. Yep. Yeah, this is it, man. This is it. This is their last year on the ballot, and neither one of them made it. Congrats to Big Poppy. Like I said, he's one of the most clutch hitters we have. Dominic, no, not right now. We did this. Like I said, he's one of the biggest clutch hitters we've seen. Congrats for him to getting in the Hall of Fame. But here's my thing, Patrick. You brought up Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. Sammy Sosa's on this list too. To me, I remember we had the conversation a few years ago, and I said if Bonds and Clemens and Sosa's going to get in, then you put them in with the asterisk. Patrick, no more asterisks here. Not if you're telling me the commissioner who oversaw everything in the steroid era and some of these managers who was managing during this time are able to get into the Hall of Fame, and there's no asterisk there. No. You put Barry Bonds in there, you put Roger Clemens in there, you put Sammy Sosa in there, you put all them dudes in there. If they have the numbers and they have the stats, you put them all in there. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens technically never tested positive for PEDs. They never did. They were under a whole bunch of allegations. I mean, you had congressional testimony going on against them. You had Barry Bonds, I think it was with the cream and the clear, the thing that he was taking with the Balco company that I guess he had a deal with. But other than that, there's nothing else there. Nothing else there. And so when you have the commissioner, dude, of that time frame in there with no asterisk, dude. Oh, by the way, Pete Rose, he needs to go in there too. Yep, I know he gambled. I know he bet on the sport. But damn it, he's your hit king. And
he never did any PEDs.
Yeah, and he never did any PEDs.
He afforded it, but he never did.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, Patrick, that's where I'm at with this MLB Hall of Fame voting. The baseball writers of America, I think they are horribly inconsistent in their voting because they let some dudes slide and other dudes not. And it's for the same thing. But yet this dude is okay because maybe he had a better relationship with the media. Those same writers who write stories about them.
Yeah.
That's BS. Look at those dudes. Look, and you know what? If they do go in talking about Bonds and Clemens, just tell the story. Just tell the damn story. Put it on the plaque. Tell the story. Whatever. But yeah, no, for me, Patrick, no more asterisks for these dudes.
I'm good with
it. Be in there. If you're gonna put that garbage ass commissioner in there, you know how I feel about Bud Selig. I remember you called me when I was on a road trip and we were talking about Bud Selig, and I said these famous words: that man knows nothing about nothing. That dude is a garbage commissioner. To me, he was one of the worst commissioners in North American sports history. He was that bad to me. And this dude gets to walk into the Hall of Fame with no punishment? Give me a break, man. That is a complete and utter shame. And the baseball writers of America, the people who are in charge of this voting, ought to be ashamed of themselves. They are a complete and utter tire fire, 5-alarm tire fire, and and I think they need to disband it. Hell, just shut down the Hall of Fame altogether in Cooperstown. Sorry, Cooperstown. I know it brings in a lot of money, but if you're going to sit there and you're going to have these dudes get in, how are these players not getting in? Okay, man, that's my rant. Sorry.
I agree with you. You notice he left right before you fixing to address.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Look,
Dominic, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. And look, Patrick, I wasn't gonna say anything bad. I was just gonna just point out a few things, man. That's it. I wasn't gonna.
I think it's funny how he's funny how he was talking about Dominic and his racism, but he likes you and he doesn't like me. So I guess he's racist against white people. But Dominic's the race one. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just sitting here to say.
Patrick, views on the Hall of Fame. Views on the Hall of Fame.
One day, Charles, you're going to go get him.
Patrick, views on the Hall of Fame. What are your views?
It's a moment. Now, I agree with you. I mean, like, let's just do away with the asterisks, and just if they're gonna make the plays, make the plays. Because, like, you know, we've said it many times. Regardless if you're using PEDs or whatever kind of drug that helps you enhance your play, you still have to hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from 60 feet away. It's still
eye coordination.
And eye coordination is huge in baseball. And if you're really going to harp on the PEDs, then harp on them. But if anybody takes a PED and they test positive or even has an assumption to test positive, then don't let them in. Either they don't get in because of whatever, or they get in because they had the numbers to get in. So I think there is way too much of a gray area. But I mean, at the end of the day, truthfully, I think they should just do away with the Hall of Fame. I think the Hall of Fame is becoming a joke amongst all sports, actually, not just baseball. Baseball is like the leading of it being a joke, but I mean, all of them are real. I mean, it's just like the All-Star games. I mean, yeah, they bring in a little bit of money, but come on, they're a joke. They're a joke, and nobody cares. I don't even watch the All-Star games anymore, too.
Oh yeah, the All-Star games now, they're glorified popularity contests now, really, is all they are. All right, Dominic, I'll answer your question real quick. Patrick, you can chime in with thoughts too. Thoughts on the Toronto Blue Jays. I think the Toronto Blue Jays, now this is assuming they actually get a season, but I think the Toronto Blue Jays are a good team. Absolutely. I think with Vlad Guerrero Jr. leading the charge there, George Springer's on there too. The Blue Jays have a potent lineup. I think they can get with any of the other teams. They can get with the Rays. They can get with the Red Sox. They can get with the Yankees. They have a good lineup. Only thing with Toronto, got to see if they can improve the pitching. If they can get some good pitching, they'll be ready. I think they can make a run to the World Series if they're able to get pitching with that lineup.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest with them. I mean, Toronto finished the season 91-71.
And didn't make the playoffs.
I mean, in any other division, they are at least a wild card. But they did play in a tough division. You got Toronto, you got New York, you got Boston. I mean, the only team that didn't really finish over 500 was Baltimore. And they're really not going to do anything next year either. So if you're looking at Toronto 91-71 and they didn't make the playoffs and they finished fourth in their division, that just tells you how hard that division is. One, and two, like Charles said, I agree with you. I do feel that they need some more pitching. I'd probably say another starter and probably maybe a closer. They didn't really close out a lot of those games that they should have closed out, giving up, ninth inning runs that probably. I mean, I would have said if they would have cleared what they should have, I would have said they would have probably been, what do you say, 95 and 67. I think that's 162, 95 and 67. And if they would have finished 95 and 67, they're second in their division. So, and that's closing those little ones. And then I honestly think they need a bat. I think they need one bat.
All right, Patrick. Well, hey, man, we're at the hour mark, so we're about to get on out here. But before we do, just want to address this Twitch thing real quick. Now, granted, hey, first of all, Dominic, thanks for hanging in there with us and having our back through the whole thing.
I appreciate that, dude.
Look, Brian, yes, that was the pitcher that he was talking about. I was about to say that it was Gossman, right? Because they did get the Giants' best pitcher. I was like, it was Gossman. Okay, so thanks for having our back. Look, Brian, again, now Dominic, you're not gonna like this, but look, we're not gonna block anybody. Now, here's the thing with the comments. Like I said, we welcome all comments, good, bad, or indifferent. That's how we are on this show. We do not mind any comment, and we're not going to shy away from any comment. Let's just be respectful, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep it at a professional level. We can have disagreements. We can say some tough words to each other, but let's not have it dive into any type of race wars or social wars. Let's just go ahead. Let's be civil. We welcome it. We welcome the feedback. We're all about the comments, and we're not people who are going to block anything. We're not going to do that. That's not us. We don't care because we want the raw. We offer the raw, and we want the raw back.
Yep. But I would love for Brian to get on here because eventually Charles will get sick of it. I will.
Let's just
come in and just.
But let's just try to keep things respectful. Again, man, we can all have disagreements, and we welcome the disagreements. But let's just have constructive talk, man. That's what we're about at its core. So with that, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. That concludes this edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast. Y'all make sure y'all catch us. Make sure y'all go to the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button and keep the likes coming on the Breath of Fresh Air Facebook page. We both should have some shorties coming up. Dominic, Patrick kind of let his thoughts know throughout the show. He just didn't go with the super the R-rated part.
Mine was gonna be triple X rated.
Yeah. So
Brian thought I was gay. I was about to rape his ass. That's what I was gonna do. How about that?
Patrick, no, stop it. We're going.
I'll do him.
We out. Everybody have a good.
He's got one.
Everybody, Patrick, stop. Everybody, we're done. And so everybody take care of themselves. Have a good rest of the week, and we will see you next week. Y'all take care.